No, I think he's doing great. He's definitely bringing a new flavor to the team and getting these guys the ball. You know, he's putting in perfect positioning for us to make plays, and I think that's great. I'm loving it.
We're going to make Clowney look like a clown. It's in his name. He's going to get Clown Sunday coming up, and Savage has the right name, but he doesn't have the play to match his name. So the Texans are a bunch of clowns, and they don't have no Savage. They got the right names. San Francisco's going to go in there. Jimmy G's going to go back again, drop back, run, scramble, pass. They can't stop him. He's everything.
Are you listening?
Niners! Ronbo Sports here, representing the Niner Empire organization worldwide. Oh, I'm saying that with such gusto these days, am I not? I'm so proud to be a 49er fan. I always was, but I'm really proud now. I'm representing Niner. Recommend you join us. Go to the NinerEmpire.com for more details and information. It's gonna get good too. This is a good time to do so. Fam, as I always do, I never take you for granted, fam. Thank you for allowing me to talk 49ers football. Oh, God. Hey, the week before last, we were watching the debut of Jimmy G. G runs out on the field because of a fallen hero, C.J. Beathard. G runs out on the field, wasn't scheduled, wasn't planned. Come out and orchestrates, ripping the Hawks to shreds, getting into that end zone as the Hawks is getting ready to humble us again. Boom! All of a sudden, the people are left in the stands like, what? Who is that? It's Jimmy G, baby. That was the beginning right there of G Fever. Comes back the next week after a full week of practice with guys he doesn't even really know that well other than just seeing them in the locker room. Orchestrates another one drive after another. The 49ers are moving the chains like we've not seen all. God, when did we last see him do that? And you know, because you've seen the minutes and they've already told everybody. The 49ers just haven't been playing this kind of football. 38 minutes of offense. We dominated. And what did we do? Driving. And now, G Fever has turned into, wait for it. G-SANITY. I'm already seeing it coming right now. I know. Listen, I'm already dealing with it now, and if you're like me, you're dealing with it too. People coming and say, hey, he didn't, what happened to the touchdown, man? I need touchdowns. Lisa, let me tell you one thing right now. First of all, it was the problem of moving the ball. We're not having that problem now. What we continue to have a problem with is people don't know how to stay out of the flag situation. You saw him in the red zone. He was getting down there. Carlos Hyde was that far from a touchdown. But no. Bingo, flag, bring it back, Niners. You cannot hold Jimmy G responsible for that. This is why I'm saying that is fixable. Not being able to move the ball, as you know, that was not fixable. Watch him this week. G-SANITY will continue. Oh, I love my chances. They're already making comparisons. You checked out the media already, right? And I ain't agreeing with it, but they did make the comparison of Joe Cool and Jimmy G. I said, oh man. Even Jimmy G said, yo, y'all, pump the brakes. Pump the brakes. It's just one game, okay? The only thing Joe and I have in common right now is we're both Italian. I said he's right. I gotta go along with that. Ain't no point getting too crazy about this. Wait until things develop. G will get there soon enough. So I'm feeling good about that. Also, more about what I just said about that Kane, because it's really bugging me. He couldn't get into the end zone. Listen, first of all, I want to kudos to the offense for all coming together and doing as well as they did. Especially kudos to Marquise Goodwin, Trent Taylor, of whom I told you last week for the game. Oh, let me collect my kudos, you know this. I told you that Trent Taylor and Marquise Goodwin would be instrumental in this game. Boom, yeah, 92 yards, 98 yards, 99 yards, respectively. Look for that to continue. I'm telling you, Jimmy G, this is what I'm saying. Because if you look at Jimmy G and you know what you're looking at, here's a guy that can read the field like a computer. He's out there now looking around. The guy can be 3 foot tall, 90 yards away. Jimmy G will see him and hit him right on the numbers. Boom! We've not had a quarterback like that in a long time. That's why I'm excited. You need to be excited. We're moving forward. Wait till next year. I'm going to get having to win it right now. We need to. Whew, we got the Texans coming up, I know. They got, I don't know, the Texans, I seen DeMarco Murray was running. I was watching the Titans in Texas last week because you know you're starting to watch them. The Titans were moving the ball on the ground on the Texans. If Carlos Hyde, if he dials it up this week, if he gets involved with this offense, do you know what it's going to be like to give Jimmy G a run game to support him? Because he ain't really needing the run game, but he can do it himself. But if Carlos gets on track, oh, Texans are in deep trouble. I'm looking forward to that. We do have one issue, though, that worries me to death. And it worried me all before they lost all their people. Oh, man, Jadeveon Clowney, man, I'm a little worried about him and DeAndre Hopkins. If we can contain Hopkins and Clowney, we will be all right.
Ronbo! If the 49ers win in Texas, it will be the first time in over 2 years
that they've
won 2 games in a row.
Oh.
Ronbo?
Yeah.
If the 49ers win in Texas, I'm taking you to dinner.
Yeah, no, you ain't.
You like cat food?
No, man.
You don't know what you're missing. Niners, baby. And I'm gone.
Did he say he was going to take me down? He's going to take me to dinner and have some cat food. All right, check it. You know what? I want to go and check with you right now about what's going on as far as the current status, the current place where the 49ers are right now. Checking you out. Cat food. Niner fam, how good does it feel to be a 49er fan right now? Now you can get the haters' face. You can talk to the Raider fans and Rams fans. Hold your chest out and say, nah, you like me now, boy. You know, check him out. That's Kai. You've been asking me about his music. Remember that track I just played for you the other day called Fate? Everybody say, hey, Ronbo, man, who is that? What's the name of the track? Where do I get it? It's Kai. And we're going to talk to him right now. Oh, I'm sorry, it's Faithful. There you go.
Faithful, there you go. Yeah, that's
it. He's going to correct me in a minute anyway. Kai, man, welcome to the program. I'm delighted to meet you.
What's up, Ronbo? How you doing?
Man, I'm telling you, man, you bring freshness to this man. You know what? You're going to have a lot of material, I got a feeling, between now and the next 3 years before we go to the Super Bowl.
Right, I'm gonna keep pumping them out.
We're gonna talk to Kai about his music. First, we talk a little football with him, though. Kai, you had some thoughts you want to share. Let's jump right into it right now, and then I got some things I want to ask you about as well.
Yeah, I just want to say it's exciting now to watch football again. Just, man, that game. I mean, we didn't get in the end zone, but still, I was just excited to see that ball moving, the chains moving. Man, our offense looked great. Defense was holding up too, man.
Hey, they got a little work to do, got some holes to plug up, but I ain't gonna be no problem. Hey, your confidence in Jimmy G. You know everybody's always talking about, oh man, we need to see this dude, man, before we pay him out.
Right.
For 49er fans be tripping, man. It makes me laugh so hard because everybody acts like it's coming out of their pocket in particular. So we need to see him before we pay him. Would you guys stop? I told people already, look, this guy can play. Trust me. I've seen him from last year. He's working behind Belichick and Brady. It don't get no better than that. Your assessment on Jimmy G so far?
No, I think he's doing great. He's definitely bringing a new flavor to the team and getting these guys the ball. He's putting in perfect positioning for us to make plays, and I think that's great. I'm loving it.
And here's that comparison that, people can still talk about because, Kai, people were talking about 49ers, because with the conspiracy theorist people, 49ers are only getting Jimmy G so they can dangle him as a chip for trade. You know they still want Kirk Cousins. I said, you want Kirk Cousins? I ain't say nothing about it. That's outrageous. Can you make?
Hey, I'm happy with Jimmy G. I'm happy with Jimmy G.
And make that comparison. You watched them both play before, right? Who do you like?
Right.
Honestly, between Jimmy G and Kirk Cousins, where are you standing on that? Who's a better player?
Well, I started Cousins for my fantasy just because I thought he was going to go to the Niners eventually. So I was pretty excited for that. But after watching him play this year, I don't know. I'm pretty happy with Jimmy G. I think we made the right move. And, yeah, I don't even know if they're going to even go after Cousins anymore.
Scary thought. And if they would go that route, do you know people have grown, there's an attachment to Jimmy G. I can feel it in the air already. If we were to read tomorrow or the next day or 2 weeks from now or whatever, Jimmy G being offered to for Kirk Cousins, it's a three-way deal or something crazy.
Oh, man.
Man, fans would go nuts.
Yeah. I don't know about that one.
Hey, in this game, though, obviously everybody thinks Jimmy G was the man. Who would be your second and third candidate for MVP?
For this last game with the Bears, I would say, well, Trent Taylor finally showed up. That was pretty good. I've been telling a lot of people, oh, watch this, and he just wasn't really impressing me. Well, that was his game. He definitely showed up. Goodwin, of course. And then our defense made some key stops, but yeah, definitely those two. And then our kicker, Robbie Gould, he did it all for us, man. Those 5 field goals, that was key.
Dang, man, it reminds you of the days when we used to have to win all our football games with field goals. Uncle Phil was out there coming out there the last minute, boink. Let's go change this year, though, Kai. I'm telling you right now, man, we don't have to depend on Robbie Gould every game. Now, unfortunately for us, we got a great field goal kicker, but they'll get that stuff in the end zone. I got to feel it.
Yeah, it's coming. It's coming, man.
Gang in this thing, rockin' red and gold. Yeah, we got a touchdown like Garoppolo. Shanahan with the plan, watchin' Ronbo sports. Once we on top, we unstoppable. Got that pack like I'm Aaron Rodgers, but I'm coming for your neck like I'm Ruben Foster. I'm just trying to get it done for the record, but I ain't got no time like CJ Beathard. Go running back, Carlos Hyde in the backfield. You could get picked up by Eric Reed, had it airfield. I put the wheels on them like Goodwin. I make the safety look dumb, what you doing? The Garcon head on for the first down. Ay, catch a ball with the out route. Ay, then we pulling up downtown. Ay, you ain't faithful, you ain't been around. Ay, seasons come and seasons go. I stay faithful. Going on top, we are unstoppable. Yeah. Seasons come and seasons go. I stay faithful. Going on top, we are unstoppable. Yeah. Hey, I go by Kai Ritchie. Go get my new song, Faithful.
Let's talk about your music, man. You know, where did that inspiration come, man? Because it was like, we could feel you, man. You was at them lyrics was pumping from the heart.
Yeah, I just wanted to let them hear it, man. I've heard so many people just talking bad about my team, and I was just like, had that just brewing up. I had to just let it out. I had to tell them, man. This is a special team, way too special of a team to just get bagged on like that, So I had to put something out for my team and to really represent, and I think the people believed in it, and they really like it.
Kai, you know what? As a matter of fact, now, this is like the first single. You're going to put together like an EP? Is it going to be like 4 or 5 tracks? You got a plan on this, or what's going to happen next?
Yeah, I could. I wanted to extend. I wanted to, reach out to more players and, kind of put more into the song, but I also wanted to just get it out really fast because I felt like it was something special that the faithful fans needed to hear. So, I got that out there, but I think we could definitely work on an EP or something in the future. Just seeing like the reaction from everyone.
Mm-hmm. Now you can see in the background, Kai's got the studio set up and everything, and they're working now. Man, I'm telling you, this dude is gonna be raw.
Yeah,
Kai,
I'm excited, man.
Kai, tell you what, because you started getting like notices and people want you to come to the party and things like that, because it's gonna be a party atmosphere, man. You got time for your schedule in that, man? Because it's another world, man. Because how long you been doing music though? Because you don't sound like somebody who just started yesterday.
Yeah, let's see. I put out my first project in 2012, and I used to go under the name K-Mac, and I put out like 5 projects. Those are all online. You can get those. And then I ended up switching my name to Kai Ritchie. I just thought it was a more like mature approach.
Right.
And then since then, I put out like 2 projects. So
good. There you go. If you were a fan of his before, this is who he is, and that's who he is now. And there you go.
Correct.
I put all the information for you so you can get in contact with him, get his music, and all that other stuff. And now we got the Texans coming up.
Oh yeah.
Is anything worry you about that team now that Deshaun Watson ain't hanging around there, and J.J. Watt and all them superstars they did have?
Right.
What are they gonna do? Are we gonna be able to beat these guys?
I think we could do it. I think we can pull it off. I think, their offense is struggling a little bit right now, so I think our defense needs to make some key stops, especially on 3rd down. And I think we can pull it off. I think Jimmy G's looking great, and just make sure these guys catch the ball and put it in the end zone this time.
Well, that's us. That is the truth. The penalty flags picked them up, and we ready to good to go.
Yeah. Definitely.
Kai, man, Kai, if you had to come up with a score right now for that game, what would you look at, man? What would you be thinking? Jimmy G said his second week. Remember, his second week practicing with this squad, so he'll be even smoother than he was this game.
Right. I'm hoping he puts up 3 touchdowns. Would be cool. So
21.
That's what I'm looking.
21.
Yeah.
And will the defense be able to contain the Texans?
I think so this time. Their offense isn't looking that great.
How many points you give them?
Oh man, they're lucky to put 1 in the end zone. I give them 7.
There it is, 21-7. That's Kai's prediction, and he's sticking to it.
All right.
We'll do it later.
Definitely.
Kai, it's holla time, man. It's a 49ers about to score that TD as we beat the Texans. Your reaction as, let's see, Trent Taylor crosses the... Trent Taylor's running down the field. He sees Marquise Goodwin running to his right. He hands the ball to Marquise as they both roll into the end zone. Kai's sitting in the stand saying, 3, 2...
How about them Niners? Hey.
See, he was already ready to write a tune as soon as they wrapped into the end zone.
Yo, what's up? It's Kai Ritchie, and you're watching Ronbo Sports. Niner gang, let's go. Hey, I just want to say, Niners got this, man. Jimmy G's the truth. He's looking great out there, converting on 3rd downs. Our receivers are catching the ball. I don't know if it has to do with the placement or where he's putting it, but man, catching more passes than I've ever seen. Our offense is staying on the field longer than I've ever seen, which is great. Our defense is still hanging in there, making some key stops. Definitely have to work on not getting penalties still. And it's definitely been a pleasure to watch Jimmy G play the last 2 games. CJ did his thing too. He was definitely had some explosive plays on a few games, and he was hanging in there. I noticed it seems like that Jimmy G has way more time than CJ. I don't know how that's possible, but or maybe that's just how he looks in the pocket, just so calm and collective and confident. So either way, we're looking good. Our offense is definitely looking a whole lot better. It's fun to watch football again, I can say that. And again, shout out to Ronbo Sports for playing my song on his page. Go get that if you haven't yet. It's called Faithful by Kai Ritchie. I also go by K-Mac if you're looking for me online. So, but yeah, Faithful by Kai Ritchie. You can get that now. It's going to be available on Spotify and iTunes and all music platforms pretty soon. But right now, just go to my social media at K-Mac Official, and you can get it in the bio. There should be a link to get the song if you want to get that right now. But yeah, thank you Ronbo Sports for everything. I look forward to talking to you real soon after the game. Go Niners.
Niner fam! Talking football 24 hours a day now. Even when I'm sleeping, I'm dreaming about the 49ers. I got Mike, the Hitman Hart. You know him from Red and Gold Radio as the best there is, the best there ever will be. Wait, let me get that right. The best there is, the best there ever was, the best there ever will be. Mike, you were showing me some paraphernalia a minute ago. Man, you guys still got that there?
You already know, man. You know, I'm the only 49er fan, and I appreciate all the love, but I might get a lot of slack for this, but it's okay because I take the good with the bad. everybody's a Montana fan. I'm a huge Steve Young fan. Steve Young all the way. That's my favorite San Francisco 49er player of all time. And this is the man for the Bay, baby. Not joking, man. All day. Let's go.
See,
Steve Young is my guy.
See, that's why I like Mike. Mike, he removes himself a little bit from the group because everybody thinks, most of us would consider that blasphemy. Steve Young is loved, but Joe Montana's a god. Mike says, no, it's Young. Mike.
That's right.
Mike, also, as you probably know, I was the guy that was always arguing with people about playing our man from New England. We just got him recently, Jimmy Garoppolo. Mike was one of the guys who said he should play right now. And of course, I launched an argument constantly about that. We don't have any protection for him. So Mike, with that said, have you seen enough of Jimmy G now to make a full assessment of this guy? Shall we pay this man?
Oh, man, no doubt. We should pay this man. And first and foremost, Ronbo, I don't do this all the time, but I got to give a big shout out to my brother, my Puerto Rican brother down here in Orlando with me, Jay. He's a diehard New England fan. He called me the night that Jimmy G was coming to San Francisco and said, we got to steal. And he told me all about him. So I went and watched his highlights and I was impressed. And when he came and I saw him play yesterday, I have to admit, man, everything my boy put me on to him about, he was right. Yeah, I think we should. I know we should pay him. And he is definitely worth every penny.
Man, I tell you what, it's going to change a lot of minds. There's going to be still a few out there that ain't going to like it. But Mike, you know what? We know we got that building block right now. Because when you got your quarterback, you've got your team. You just build around it. Mike, we're putting you in charge. Build this team. Put them pieces of the puzzle in place that are needed now to take the 49ers to the next level of play. Positions, give me everything you think would be the proper formula to get us back to relevancy and the playoffs and all that good stuff. Where would you start?
For the offensive side of the ball, I would address wide receiver immediately. I would get 2 big-time wide receivers who can stretch the field, who can run some crisp routes, and that can help him when he's extending time with his legs. He can go downfield, and our offensive line as well for the offensive side of the ball. For the defense, I would get a lot more depth behind linebacker and the corners and the secondary. And defensive line, I'll probably get a couple here and there, but definitely some more depth behind the linebackers and secondary. Like Colbert was coming on. A lot of people were impressed with him. So a lot of people was actually impressed with Akello. But when those guys go down, who's the next man up? So we got to get a lot more depth. But I want a mean defense. I don't want a defense that helps guys up. I want a defense that stomps on people, hurts people, that loves to get penalties and flags. I want a mean defense.
Tell you, man, you know, Mike, and you mentioned big bad wide receivers. Listen, Mike, on that subject though, I'm thinking Jimmy G he's like used to people like Garoppolo and Edelman. How do you feel now about this combination that we saw working yesterday? Jimmy G was lighting it up with guys that are 5'8", 5'9". I'm talking about Edelman. I mean, not Edelman. I'm talking about Trent Taylor. I'm talking about Marquise Goodwin. He couldn't miss him. He's putting that ball right in stride. It was crazy to watch. You keeping him on this roster?
Oh yeah, no doubt, no doubt. I mean, I think we found our quarterback here. You know, Jimmy G is like I said, he got the letter G for a reason, man. He's gangster. He's good. He's everything, man. And I know it's a small sample size with San Francisco. It's just 1 game and 2 plays total, and then New England was 4 games. But I think we've seen enough potential to where we can honestly say he's definitely worth the investment next year. We'll be foolish to not sign him next year, man. I mean, we can definitely build around him. He wants to start. He seems like he's fitting in the culture. And the ball placement is what I was impressed with the most, how he chucked the ball into the receiver's hands only to where he can get it. And then how he made our offensive line. I'm going to say this, Ronbo. I know a lot of people are coming on talking about how he shouldn't play. We got to preserve him. We got to make sure he's injury-free. The reality is he's getting better timing with these guys. He's getting a head start. It does not make sense. There are good, let me say this. There are good points that people make. But overall, it's for the benefit of not only San Francisco, but his development as an individual to get better timing with these receivers. People got to understand football. He's coming from a whole new system, from New England to San Francisco, a whole new culture. He has to get chemistry. How else is he going to get it if he doesn't play? So we're talking about injuries is the biggest concern from a lot of people. But what if he doesn't get hurt? I mean, at the end of the day, I understand playing increases his chances of getting hurt, but man, guys are getting hurt in practice on non-contact drills constantly. Deshaun Watson, didn't he get hurt on a non-contact? If I'm not mistaken, he just running, and all of a sudden he's out for the year. Nobody hit him, so anything can happen. So if we're gonna invest in this guy, we need to at least let him get comfortable. All those field goals we scored yesterday, had he been playing, they would have been touchdowns because he had more chemistry. He got a better grasp of the playbook and timing. This is another preseason to the additional preseason of next year. I think he'll be ahead of the curve the more he plays, just based on, seeing what he's done, man.
Excellent points, I tell you. And speaking of, you mentioned Deshaun Watson, his team were going into town. Savage is going to be the quarterback, though. But my biggest concern, Jadeveon Clowney worries me to death. I mean, you know what? I like our offensive line, but what we going to do with Jadeveon Clowney, man?
Oh, man, that's easy. We're going to make Clowney look like a clown. It's in his name. He's going to get Clown Sunday coming up. And Savage has the right name, but he doesn't have the play to match his name. So the Texans are a bunch of clowns, and they don't have no Savage. They got the right names. San Francisco's going to go in there. Jimmy G's going to go back again, drop back, run, scramble, pass. They can't stop him. He's everything. He's going to score all those points again that we got field goals last game. He's going to turn them into touchdowns. So if our offensive line just can hold the line for at least 3 seconds, just enough for him to drop back and let it go, we'll be fine. Because if they break through, he can run. He can buy time. We've seen that. Jimmy G's good. He gets the ball out in 3 seconds or less. Look at him. I mean, the line doesn't have to be elite or great, guys. Jimmy G's making plays. We saw the difference just yesterday.
Loving it, man. I'm telling you what. Now, it sounds to me like you're predicting a win, because at the beginning of the season, I said we were going to get toe up in Texas, but they had every defender in the world that would just make them the top defense, and I think they were around the top defense before everybody started going down on that team. But it sounds like you believe we're going to win this game. Mike, it sounds like not only do you believe we're going to win this game, but it sounds like you got a lot of... What's the score coming up in this game?
I say we win 31 to their 15. They're half of us. And you know what? I'm going to add something else. Don't mess with Texas. No, don't mess with San Francisco. We're coming. The Bay is coming. Let's go, red and gold. We've been having to listen to Dallas Cowboys say don't mess with Texas for how long? Mike, I'm glad you brought that up. Oh, my God. Mike, that would be 3 wins, because it is almost impertinent that we do win one more game, because if we don't win another game, that makes us no better than last year. We made too many changes, Mike. They have went through too much to do no better than we did last year. Absolutely. I mean, and another concern that a lot of people are having is this draft pick. Yeah. Let me address that, because they're saying, oh, well, if we win, we won't have the number 1 or number 2 pick, this and that. How many times have the Cleveland Clowns had the number 1 pick in the draft? Every year, just about, right? At least where are they at every year? First round. Bottom line is, man, we have a thing called free agency. Yes. We can acquire some players that are available. Wide receiver, it's hard to do that because a lot of these wide receivers are getting locked up. I read about Edelman being a free agent, but I doubt he takes more money and starts somewhere like with us or something. He'll probably take a pay cut and stay with New England because he knows what he has. But if we can get a good impact player from free agency and get something from the draft, we don't need the first round pick. It's been proven. Like, we'll be fine. You know what I mean? As long as we get Jimmy G, the chemistry he needs with these players, we're going to be fine for next season. It doesn't matter. We're going to be picking in the top 10 anyway, so it's all good. Let me lay out a public apology, and first directly to Mike, because I'm the guy who would say, like, man, don't put my boy Jimmy G out there right now, man. That offensive line can't protect me. I already outlined why it's necessary to put him out there. But I just want Mike to know, Mike, man, you was right, man. See, I ain't gonna sit back and play like I know everything. I'm gonna let the people know when they put me in my place. They're absolutely right, Mike. You was absolutely right. In fact, I'm so excited about watching football now just because Jimmy G's out there. I can't wait till Sunday. Oh, yeah. No doubt. And Ronbo, man, I want to say to you and any Niner fan that felt that way, no need to apologize, man. It makes for great conversation. And those points that you have, the concerns that you have as far as the injury, especially, a lot of people were saying that. Those are valid points. I'm not dismissing that. I'm just looking at the big picture for his development. Because in the future, this is our guy. We have to play him. We have to worry about the future. We can't worry about short-term draft picks, who we're going to get. In college, honestly, there's probably a handful of instant impact players in the first round that's going to succeed in the NFL right away. Most of these guys in the first round, we saw like receivers go. They didn't really do anything. There's not a lot of Julio Joneses out there. You know, running back, I hear about Penn State. You know, we'll see what he does next level. He might be the man. He might not be. I'm not surprised anymore. It's all about the system and all about, you know, what he fits in. He's a very good player, though, in college. I'll say that. And if he comes to us next level, great. But right now, like I said, we got to play Jimmy G, man. We got to get him. We got to get him going, get his confidence up. And I like what I saw. I think Niner fans in general just need to know what we at least working with, because we're going to have to invest in him next year. And now we know, after watching yesterday, this guy has a lot of potential, and he's only going to get better. He's still young.
Imagine that. He's only going to get better. And that only makes sense that he had a week's practice and he came in. I can't wait till next week, after 2 weeks of practice. Mike, crossing that goal line to beat the Texans. I want your reaction on 3, 2, 1.
We're going to beat the Texans. I don't have any fear. Jimmy G is here. And I want to say this to all of you San Francisco 49er haters. I'm going to look you real close. Remember one thing. All of y'all were born 49er fans because you bleed red and you pee gold. Remember that. You're a Niner fan by birth, whether you like it or not. NFL is the National 49er League. Go San Francisco 49ers. Bay Area. Represent Niner Empire worldwide.
Excellent. That's why we call him the excellence of execution.
That's right. That's right, baby. 49ers.
Yeah. Thank you, Kai and Mike. Man, everybody's in the mood for 49er football now, man. Sundays can't come fast enough. It's my turn, right? I ain't gonna, you know me? I ain't scared, man. I will make the prediction right now. You see, because as I pointed out earlier, I believe the 49ers are going to be able to run against the Texans. I really do. If that be the case, this could get ugly quick. And I'm talking for the Texans, not the 49ers. Whoa, I believe we can do this. The 49ers, you know what? They really do seem to play better on the road. I'm not going to get into that, though. I'm calling it right now, 28-10 49ers over the Texans. And remember, I remember, wear black. Wear your alt uniform. If you're going to the game, remember, I talked to MC Carver, told me about this a while back, because Houston has a plan. You need to wear black. You need to wear black. Wear your alt. I can't say that. Oh, we can't. Got to offset the plan. I'll be in your face, all up in your place. We're going to enjoy this second win in a row together. So MC's prediction can come true if nothing else. You'll need the Ronbo Sports app if you want to join us after the game. We're going to talk about the win. I know we're going to talk about the win, fam. Get that Ronbo Sports app. You'll find all the information on how you can join in the conversation. And you'll need that anyway for Red and Gold Radio Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday. We have such a good time. Oh, there's a cast of characters you will not believe. You can join in and be a part of it. Talking 49ers football 24 hours a day, every day. I can't wait till this weekend. I'll see you on all social media, of course. And if you see me, don't start in with why Jimmy G didn't score no touchdown, because you know I'm a fight. I'm telling you right now, don't do it. People are messing with me about that. Hey. I want you to check out Kai. That boy.
Now the gang in this thing, rockin' red and gold. Yeah, we better touch down like Garoppolo. Shanahan with the plan, watching Ronbo Sports. Once we on top, we unstoppable. In the pack like I'm Aaron Rodgers, but I'm coming for your neck like I'm Reuben Foster. I'm just trying to get it done for the record, but I ain't got no time like CJ Beathard. Go on, run it back, Carlos Hyde in the backfield. You're gonna get picked up like Eric Reed had it airfield. I put the wheels on them.